I go and replace this the status. Okay, so here is the where class. I applied some kind of filter here. Here the same filter I applied. Here the status means there is a field called status. Okay, so if I take the values from here, let me take off all these values. Let me refresh. Okay, so if I take the status and the total revenue, if I try to run, it will give them the entire status information. Okay, you can see here, right, for all the information. So you can see in the backend query also that this is where 1 equal to 1. Okay, if there is a scenario you need for all the status, in that scenario we are not selecting this any parameter value here. Okay, but if I suppose if I want only for the the completed or the processing, if you want only for processing, so in that scenario how it will work, it will generate for this. You can see here, right, this query. So based on this query information, which is passing the information to here, right? So this is how we need to restrict the data, the load timing we are going to restrict, and the cost optimization as well. So especially we are using cloud databases, right? Like BigQuery or Amazon Redshift. Yeah. Yeah, even Snowflake also, the cloud, the cost will be increased based on the query size and query time as well. So if you see the 5 status means, if you assume it's almost, if you at least assume the for each status, if you have the 1,000 records, okay, 1K. So we are restricting the here 4K records. So we are getting only 1K records. So this is very huge. Going forward, it will be very useful. I mean, the data is increasing, right? The backend databases. So in that scenario, it will be more useful. So this is about we are going to implement the templated filters in the derived tables. Okay. So after that, we will try to do some kind of dynamic measures. So we discussed, right, in the order items. Okay, so we can implement. So this is the complete revenue, right? So this is the total revenue. So here is I applied some kind of filter as a complete. So which is giving the only the complete status orders. So let me go through these. If we apply some kind of single value KPI, we want to do dashboard. Just KPI, just mention as a KPI. This is for total, right? This KPI is for the total. If I duplicate this value, this is for complete. Okay, so this is completely the static value, the completed value, right? So the user wants more flexible, more interactive. So not only this one, if you select some value here, based on the value, this value needs to be changed, right? There's a possibility. I mean, more of the people, they were looking for the more interactive dashboards. So if you want to do these changes again, the developer help is required to do changes. So in order to restrict those scenario, we will go for this option, the measures. This is completely dynamic measures. What I did, the same calculation I applied. Okay, you can see here. So here is the sum of the sales in the status level applied. Here I applied in the case statement. Case when status is equal to, here the parameter value we are going to insert here. Okay, then sale price, and if it is null. Okay, so once I fixed here, you can see here. Okay, but we need to change this field as well. What is the field name? Total revenue line. Okay, so initially which is not selecting any value, right? So here is the cancel. So based on the cancel, but even though you can see this is a complete name is visible. So we have a option called here label from parameter. If you apply from the label parameter, the order status parameter, right? If I give the value, so based on the value, it will change automatically. So did I apply anything? I mean, we not yet applied here. Let me try to show you. So if it is cancel means a cancel bar. So if I select this is complete. We can remove this part. Yeah, from the label parameter we can update this value. We need to add the visualization level. We need to add some changes. So in this part also, okay. So as of now, we applied some kind of parameters here, right? So we applied for only cancel and complete. Okay, but this is the completely static values currently we are applying. Okay, so we are inserting like what is the label name, what is the value. But in the going forward in the database level, they were going to add some more additional statuses like pending, in transit, or something like they were going to add going forward. So we can't go and we can't add manually, right? So that is also we need to do some kind of dynamic. Okay, in that scenario, let me go through the other scenario. Here I mention as a suggested dimension. So instead of creating the manual values, the status is already available. This field is already available in here, right? The dimension is already available here. So what will happen? What are the values going to be available in the status? Those values will be appear here. So earlier we can see only the two values. If I change this, right, let me refresh. Now you can see all the values are available here. That is completely the dynamic part. So in that case, the end users don't need the the developer help is required from them, so they can do, right. So this is how we are going to do this dynamic part, completely dynamic. So the labels and parameters. Okay.